Thank you. So, why Springfield?
I get asked that a lot, and I choose to live here because Springfield is a place that I can enjoy the life I want.
I love the outdoors.
You can be on the lake in just a short drive.
It only takes me 10 minutes to get to work.
Or off to anywhere in the world.
I know my kids will be safe and well educated.
There are really good job opportunities after graduation.
I'm able to work remotely and create on a high level.
The healthcare options in this area are incredible.
The options for housing and cost of living are so affordable.
We have room to create.
I love to experience the excitement of sports.
Can't beat the food.
Or the drinks.
Why Springfield? Because all the pieces you need to create your own story are here. The only thing missing is you.
While there are many great veterans organizations that help our wounded warriors, it's invisible wounds that go unrecognized, leading to addiction, brokenness, and often suicide. The Warriors Journey is a nationally recognized veterans nonprofit headquartered here in Springfield, Missouri. Our programs have helped over 15,000 warriors face those invisible challenges, saving thousands of lives and restoring countless families. No paperwork, no red tape. Learn more at twj.org or text us at 213-TWJ-HELP. Bye, honey. We love you.
How do you become the person you're really meant to be? How do you reach beyond what you thought was possible? The answer isn't about the destination. It's in the journey. It starts when you become part of something bigger, when you join a community that works together to lift each other up, a place where you form lifelong relationships and encounter life-changing experiences. It all starts when you go beyond. At Drury University, we take a personalized approach in combining hands-on learning, meaningful mentorship, and real-world results to make sure you have every opportunity to succeed in both your life and career. Maybe it's fusing your passion for research with your devotion to caring for others, or turning your love of learning into a lifetime of teaching. Maybe it's realizing a busy life doesn't mean you have to give up on your lifelong dreams, or using music to do something more than just entertain, or combining your entrepreneurial spirit with your affection for the arts. The path you take is up to you, but you won't be alone. Along the way, you'll receive mentorship from faculty who take the time to understand you, whether it's staying after class to look over an assignment or just hanging out during office hours. Your journey starts here, but the Drury experience goes beyond the boundaries of the classroom and around the world. So get outside your comfort zone, join a club, play a sport, get loud, take center stage. Ask to have class outside just because you can. Fuse your brightest ideas with your best memories. And if you get knocked down, get back up. We'll be here for you. This is your journey. This is where you belong. Look around. This is where you become who you're meant to be.
Today will not be easy. But you did not choose the easy path. Easy is not who we are. We are Drury!
You will be tested every minute that you are out there. And you will be better for it. We are Drury!
There's no time for fear in this room. When I look in your eyes, I see focus. I see intensity. I see an unrelenting desire to be unstoppable.
You have been waiting for this moment, and your moment is here. Who are we? We are Drury!
Who are we? We are Drury! Who are we? We are!
And live from Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is Game 2 between the Drury University Panthers and the Louisville Cardinals. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson with you, along with Scott Lutzke keeping us on the air. Live from the Big Slice broadcast booth, it is Drury University Panther hockey. And hello as we greet you for game number 2 between these two teams. A 4-1 victory for the Panthers yesterday. 2 goals in the third period sealed the deal for Drury, and they improved to 3-0 on the season. As we take a look at the pregame report between these two teams, and for the Drury Panthers, goals by KT Walters, and they had a second period goal by Tyson Horiachka. In fact, a third period goal for him, and then Walters says, fine, if you can do it, I can do it too. And then a 4-1 victory, the only goal for Louisville coming in the second period on the power play. Helinski gets it, his second, Brendan's second of the season, averaging 1.33 points per game for him. Special teams wise, the power play is something that Drury needs to, at least according to their coaches, needs to improve on. 0 for 6. They did take 4 penalties. But the big key were the shots, and they ended up 63-19. That 63 number is Luke Brzezinski's career high in shots. Now, he's going to be, we'll talk about it a little bit later on, but he'll be the backup tonight, and there's a good reason for that. The power plays 1 for 4 for Louisville. They took 6 penalties last night. We'll look at the leading scorer for the teams, and let's check the Drury Panthers leading scorers right now. Luke Aston, he is first in 3 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Pointless last night, though, and he did lose a 2-game point streak last season. 17 goals, 22 assists for him. Second for the Panthers, that is KT Walters. 2-game point streak. Again, 2 goals last night, averaging 1.33 points per game. 9 goals, 28 assists last season for him. Third for the Panthers, that is Daniel Beaupre. He didn't have any points last night, so he did lose a 2-game point and assist streak, but right now averaging 1.33 points per game. Last season, 13 goals, 10 assists for him. Fourth for the Panthers, that is Devin Jameson. He was scoreless last night. He also lost a point-scoring streak. 4 points this season. He's averaging about 1 1/3 points per game. 12 goals, 11 assists last season for him. Fifth for the Panthers, that is Matthew Johnston. A 3-game assist streak, 2 goals and an assist at Nationals. So he continues technically a 5-game. Well, I take that back because there was that final game in the Nationals where they were shut out 4-0, unfortunately, to Minot State. So, yeah, a 3-game assist streak starting this season. 13 goals, 23 assists last season for Matthew Johnston. Goaltending-wise, Joseph Kuchaslo, he will start once again tonight. In 2 games, he's 2-0. Half a goal per game as he had a shutout the game before. 9.76 save percentage. Brett Sweet also seeing some action in game 1. He is 1-0 on the season. Look at the visitors. Top 5 for the Cardinals continues to be Andrew Bro. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Noah Malcolm tied with him for first. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points, as is Jonathan Patch. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. And Brendan Helinski with his goal yesterday gives him 2 and 2 assists, 4 points. Nick Beeman with 3 assists on the season, averaging a point a game. And 8 players are averaging over a point a game, in fact. Goaltending-wise, Luke Brzezinski, as I mentioned, with the loss yesterday, 1-1, 939 save percentage, but it will be Ryan Melanson in net tonight. He is 1-0 with a 4.0 goals against average and 846 save percentage. So he will be the starting goaltender tonight. As we look at the matchup between these two teams, the Panthers, of course, they own the record, 3-0. They have scored 16 goals this season. In fact, the Panthers have only given up at home just 3 goals. And that is the amount of goals that, take that back, I'm going to have to redo my math here. Yeah, that is the amount of goals they have given up, 3 total. And so my math is correct. 13 is the goal differential. They own that. But the power play, though, 46.7%, 5 for 12 for Louisville. The Panthers still have to work on things, 14.3%. Penalty kill by virtue of the amount, 80%. They've killed off 8 of 10, have the Cardinals. The Panthers have killed off 6 of 8. They are 75%. That's the matchups for these two games, or for these two teams for the game here tonight. As you take a look at the Panthers, who have already made their way onto the bench, and now it's the Louisville Cardinals who are making their way on. I almost said Junior Blues. That's a game we had on earlier, and Missouri State squeaked that one out by a count of 4-3. But here tonight, the Panthers are looking to go 4-0 after a 4-1 victory yesterday, as we get ready for the on-ice festivities and everything that will take place here, as we wait for Kevin Klein to finish talking to the officials, and we will get things going for game number 2. Here's Kevin.
And welcome to the Stan Belton Arena inside Brightspeed Ice Park for tonight's regular season ACHA Division I matchup between the visiting University of Louisville Cardinals and your Drury University Panthers! Your official scorekeeper and clock operator tonight is Ryan Robb. Tonight's officials, referees, Mark Marzola and Dan O'Very. Linesmen, Matt Wells and Griffin Green. Penalty box officials, Danny McIntyre and Paul Higdon. Our broadcasters, Web Sports Radio, Steve Casson, Scott Lutsky, and Jayla Hunter. And our music director is the princess of the playlist, Jaden Robb. And now, for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Cardinals. At left wing, number 7, Noah Malcolm. Right wing, number 23, Jonathan Patch. Center, number 13, Cam Morrow. Left defense, number 5, Nick Beeman. Right defense, number 22, Jack Bowers. In goal, number 1, Ryan Melanson. The Cardinals head coach is Brian Graham, assistants Sam Zaritsky and Louis Abinator.
Who is that? Who's in there?
Hello, Louisville. We're neighboring states. However, we're anything but friendly.
He scores! He scores! He scores!
You're about to find out. Because now that you're here, you want to play a game.
And now, Panthers fans, get loud as we meet the starting 6 for your Drury University Panthers! At left wing, a sophomore from Armstrong, British Columbia, Canada, number 81, Devin Jameson! At right wing, a sophomore from Salmon Arm, British Columbia, Canada, number 29, Matthew Johnston! At center, a junior from Vernon, British Columbia, Canada, number 19, the captain, K.T. Walters! At left defense, a freshman from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, number 44, Brady Sterling Ponick. At right defense, a sophomore from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada, number 22, Lucas Sadonic. And in goal, a sophomore from Mission, British Columbia, Canada, number 30, Joe Kuchaslo. The Panthers are joined tonight by 9-year-old Elliot Ricker, a 4th grader at Field Elementary and a participant in the CSDP program. The Panthers are led by head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook. The Panthers athletic trainer is Sarah Robinson, and strength coach is Corey Roy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to continue standing if you're able. And gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Fresh 20 minutes on the clock as we get ready for this game here between the Drury Panthers. Ranked number 9 in ACHA Division 1 at 3-0. That is preseason ranking. They only rank the top 25, so no ranking for Louisville. They are a brand new team in Division 1. And it will be Ryan Melanson in goal, 1-0. 4.0 goals against average, 846 save percentage. For Drury, once again, Joseph Kuchaslo. In 2 games, he's 2-0. 0.5 goals against average, 976 save percentage. .98% of these players from Drury are from Canada. Just Jamison St. Clair and Jackson Truchon, the only American-born players. We are underway in game 2. Puck to the near side boards. Swung to the half boards, but it's returned now by KT Walters. 2 goals in yesterday's game. Walters with one hand to Jamison. Back off the back of the boards. Jamison will work it, looking for some help. Spins it over to Sadownik. Now a drive comes in. First shot, as the shot by Sterling Ponick is saved by Ryan Melanson. I always think of Rolly Melanson, the old LA Kings goaltender. Puck over to the far side. Once again, a drive in by Sterling Ponick. Once again behind the net for the Panthers. Walters sends it up the middle. Good deflection. As Jonathan Patch is able to deflect it away. Now we get an offside, as not able to clear the zone was Matthew Johnson. 19:07 remaining in the period. Face-off outside the zone. Francis Young-Menard will be our first period intermission guest, and newcomer Nolan Bosher. He will be our second period intermission guest. Panthers with it, and Kosick. Also Kosick with a couple, make that an assist yesterday. He does have a couple on the season, what I meant to say. Now here come the Panthers across the line, working it to Haggerty. Taylor Haggerty had it for a moment. Puck reverses the other way, underneath the stick Van Malgarcha, and sent in by Andrew Murray. Off the side of the boards, back behind the net. Louisville to work it. Spun down below. Cardinals with possession. Look it over to the left side off the stick of Helinski and out to center. Helinski has it again. Drive comes in and Kuchaslo will steer it aside. Oh, now we've got a couple of players tied up in the corner. Looking back over his shoulder, Francis Young-Menard. Draw one. Panthers have. Sent all the way down into the zone. Taken by Joe Davidson. Looking for some help. Gets it over to the left side. Drive comes in, tipped, and a save. The drive from the left side, shot by Lucas Ravenstein, was tipped in front. And now we have a stoppage in play with the face-off, once again won by Drury. For the most part, it's been Drury possession this period. Puck into the corner, takes a bad bounce, and the Panthers steal. Davidson keeps it in. He'll send it to Truchon out in front. Just missing was Tyson Horichaka, as he couldn't get a handle on it. He had an open corner wide of the net. Tyson Horichaka with 2 goals this season, the freshman out of Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. Davidson gives it to Horiachka, who tries to stuff it in on the right side and covered up by Melanson. Line change for both teams with 17:01 to go in the period. Finally, we'll get the face-off here. Draw one, sent all the way down to the Panthers zone. Behind the net to Nico Anestis. But the Panthers intercept. Rimmed all the way around to O'Rourke off of his stick, and his like number 10 Anestis with it. He'll drop it off. Left side pass, past Tim Holton. We come the other way. Panthers with it. O'Rourke. He gets taken down as he tried to get a shot off. Both players go into the boards, beaming the other. Now a shot in. O'Rourke gets steered into the corner. St. Clair's pass up the middle, broken up by Anestis, and he'll have it clear for Louisville. 16:05 remaining in the period. Puck taken by O'Rourke. Panthers move it across. Off the boards to Sadownik. Lucas Sadownik with 2 assists this season out of St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Francis Young-Menard. Now to Sadownik. He shoots, missed wide. Young-Menard again. Along the goal line, right out in front. A shot as Devin Jameson was there waiting to pounce on it, but it's covered up by Ryan Melanson. Face-off one, Panthers control. They'll work it again. Shot that's partially blocked. Taken by Young-Menard. Glove down and cleared out by Patch. Panthers with all sorts of pressure. Finally cleared out to center. And the Panthers regain control. Across the line it will go to Matthew Johnson. Now to Young-Menard with a drive, and it's steered aside by Melanson. Off the boards. Shot in, kicked away as Kosick got it. Now Kosick again. Young-Menard shoots in, glove save. Melanson will hold on. This is his first start. They have another goaltender, Noah Merrick, but he did not make the trip. So at this point, Luke Brzezinski is the backup. But from all that I've heard from head coach Brian Graham, they hope to not use him. Here's a break coming in. Backhander out in front. They score. Andrew Murray. And it is a 1-0 lead for Louisville. The backhander was stolen. And here comes Murray. Nice move. He got Kachazlo leaning. We'll catch the call here.
Louisville goal scored by number 16, Andrew Murray, unassisted at 5:38. Murray unassisted at 5:38. .13 remains in the period.
That is the second goal for Murray this season. And the Panthers with Garcha getting a drive off, and it didn't go in. Just the fourth goal this season the Panthers have surrendered. Melanson holds on to this one. That's shot number 8 for Drury. In to take the draw, Horiachka. He wins it from Dutrow, and the drive comes in, steered aside by Melanson. Up the middle. Turned around by Bryce Yates. It's out to center, back to the Panthers zone. Sent in the corner by Kuchaslo. Out of Mission, British Columbia. Yes, that's Canada. Here's Truchon with a drive, missing wide. Venture to say anybody I call on the ice, they're from Canada. Except for Truchon, who's out there right now. Drive in, missing wide to the right. Back behind the net. Truchon looking. He tips it forward, nothing doing. Panthers are able to keep it in, though. Davidson. Left side. Drive in, almost tipped by Horiachka. And Sterling Ponick sent that one in. We get an icing call here. $12:50 remaining in this period. Shots 9-3, and they favor the Drury Panthers. But you wouldn't know it on the scoreboard. It's a 1-0 lead for Louisville. Beeman is able to backhand it. Panthers are able to keep it in control mostly. But they'll start back of their own zone. 3-on-3 into the zone for the Panthers. O'Rourke, he scores! First point of the season for Ethan O'Rourke. And it's a 1-1 contest. Boy, is Ethan happy about that one. His first of the season, up over the blocker of the goaltender Melanson. 1-1 contest.
Panthers goal, his first of the season, scored by number 10, Ethan O'Rourke. Assisted on the play by number 13, Francis Young-Menard. Time of the goal, 7:45. O'Rourke, his first of the season from Young-Menard at 7:45.
Big goal for the Panthers. They've tied the game up on their 10th shot of the game. Francis Young-Menard, he will be our first period intermission guest, and he does have a point. Whenever we talk to players during the intermission, they usually get points. Nolan Bosher will be our second period guest. Chasing his own shot into the near side is Jamison. He gets tied up, upended with Malcolm, who pushes back. Kept in on the line on the far side by Ravenstein. Deflected out. This might be an icing, but Kuchaslo comes out as he tried to step in front of Noah Malcolm. Coming down to 10:50 remaining in period 1. Here come Drury. They have a 2-on-1 developing across the line. Here is Haggerty. He missed it high and up and over. Taken by Malcolm. 5 points with an assist yesterday. Puck deflected off of Malcolm's stick. Here come the Panthers. They have a 4-on-1. Here's a shot that inadvertently hit the stick of the Panthers' Devin Jameson and went high and wide. Drury keeps it in. Sadownik driving. Good save by Melanson. Up top, Sterling Ponich. Or Ponick, that is. Newcomer to the Panthers. Now Haggerty. Also a newcomer to Aston. He's been here a while. Luke with 6 points, the leader on the team right now, but he did not have anything yesterday. Garcha kicks it through the half boards. It's out to center ice, and Drury will set it up again. They clear the zone. Penalty coming up. Oh no, it's an offside. Saw the official with his hand on, but it was an offside, and I also saw what could have been considered a penalty. Either way, 9:31 remaining. Face-off will come outside the zone. Panthers clear, they get it across. Drive comes in by Horiachka. Kicked along the line, sent down for Nardi. Joshua Nardi after the chase, gives it up. Keeps it in right side. Panthers steal. Nobody breaking as they go for a line change. All but Truchon. .8:44 remaining in period one. 1-1 game. Young Menard already has an assist. I take that back. Yes, he does have an assist. He got one on O'Rourke's goal. Panthers tried to work. He got an assist yesterday also, so he has a 2-game assist streak. Is what I was thinking. Across the line, here's St. Clair missing high and wide left. Rimmed around, not cleared by Ducey on the ice. Now whistle stoppage, tripping call. St. Clair slams his stick on the ice, knows he's going to get called. See if it shows up right here. Right there. You barely see it, but they're going to call him for it. First opportunity for the Cardinals.
Jamison St. Clair, 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12:01. St. Clair, 2-minute minor for tripping at 12:01.
So again, the power play for Louisville, 5 for 12, 41.7%. Drive comes in. Oh, what a save by Kuchaslo as Beeman was pegging the upper corner. Kuchaslo makes it. 1:27 remaining in the man advantage. 1-1 contest. Behind the net. Now sent over to Beeman. Up top and off the stick of Brow. Chasing it hard is Aston. Now it's back into the Panthers zone. Aston steals and he clears. Louisville with a line change. They wait for everyone to get back on, so Joshua Nardi will carry it up. Across the red line, sends it in. Rimmed all the way around, 35 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Puck taken by the Panthers. They have a 2-on-1, shorthanded. Truchon, his pass on the back was taken off of Nolan Bosher's stick, and it's back out to center ice. Into the Panthers zone. Great diving play by Truchon to get out of harm's way. Panthers change up. 8 seconds remaining. Caden Slobodian on the ice now. He sticks it out. Panthers have a 2-on-2, now a 3-on-2. Out of the box. Here's a drive as St. Clair got out of the box. And a good save by Melanson. Penalty coming up. Looks like it's on the Panthers as they touched up. It goes against Drury. And it will be a cross check to Devin Jameson. No shots on goal on that first power play for Louisville, and now they have a second chance at it.
To number 81, Devin Jameson, 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 14:12. Jameson, 2-minute minor for cross-checking at 14:12.
Meanwhile, another penalty. And this will even things up. Going into the penalty box is Anestis. So we skate 4-on-4.
To number 10, Nico Anestis, 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty, 14:17. Anestis, 2-minute minor for hooking at 14:17.
We skate with one less player for each side, and then it will be a short power play for the Panthers for 5 seconds, barring any further penalties. .120 remaining until the 5-second power play. Here's Bird. Rob it across the line. Gets it over to the right side to Brow with the drive in. Kuchaslo will hold on. 4:54 to go. That is their first shot in a while for Louisville, albeit we are 4-on-4. 106 remaining in the penalty to Devin Jameson. 111 remaining in the penalty to Nico Anestis. Louisville with control. Oh, pocket picked from Nardi. Here come the Panthers. Aston, that is, had his puck taken off of his stick, but gets Garcia to hold on. Drive comes in, missed. Now Aston. He was looking for Garcia on the right side, didn't connect. Drive comes in, blocked, and down is Nardi. Rolling over is Kosick. Aston behind the net. Sends it over to Kosick. They play catch. Aston with it. Chased by Nardi as a drive comes in left side. Francis Young-Menard turned aside by Melanson. Down to 16 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Garcia had it swiped away from Malcolm. Now up the middle, Panthers. Aston, 4 seconds to go. Here is Garcia. Shot is blocked. 4-second power play continuing, or 5, but it's continuing, and that'll do it. Fanning on it out in front was Aston. Panthers still have possession. Truchon with a drive. Nobody there to pick it up on the left side. Back to full strength. 3:30 to go. Louisville on a line change. Truchon drops it off. Gets it to Davidson with a drive in and a save. Melanson will hold on. .323 to go in the period. Play behind the Cardinal net. Truchon couldn't grab it. Horiachka is in to push it through. Bryce Yates says no thank you. But the Panthers steal, and Davidson with a drive in. Covered up by Melanson. Play underway as Louisville gets turned aside. Here come the Drury Panthers. They are 2-on-3 into the zone. Truchon off the boards. Gets it over to Ravenstein. His shot is blocked. Ravenstein able to keep it in. Swinging it down is Tyson Horiachka. Now to Truchon. Off of his stick. Panthers keep it in. A bouncing puck from Boucher is cleared out and sent all the way down. No icing. Sterling Ponick. One hands it in the zone. Panthers have it down low on the path from Sadownik. Drop behind the net. O'Rourke is there. St. Clair to push it through. Sadownik to hold it in. St. Clair to steal. Sterling Ponick. He'll drop it off. Puck chipped up high. Sent all the way down. Is it enough for icing? No. Sadownik to Boucher. Here come Drury, 3-on-3 into the zone, across the line. And a shot by Sinclair, covered up by Melanson. .116 remaining in the period. Panthers win the draw again. And this time it gets deflected underneath the stick of Russell Kosick, and he'll go back into his own zone. Drury left to right. Less than a minute to go in this period. Here's Malcolm out of Londonderry, New Hampshire. Panthers lose the puck. Kalinski comes in and a save by Kachaslow. He'll hold on. 35. Make that 36 seconds left. They keep telling us they are changing the lights in the clock. Either that or getting a new scoreboard, but until then it is at certain angles very difficult to see the time. Right off the draw score. This one was chipped at right off the draw by Bryce Yates. And it's 2-1 Louisville. Yates, you can see right off the draw, comes back to him, tipped off of a stick, through some traffic. Yates will get his first point of the season. And his first goal.
Louisville goal scored by number 43, Bryce Yates. Assisted on the play by number 13, Cam Morrow. Time of the goal, 19:27. Yates from Morrow at 19:27.
Draw one, Panthers have it. Score! over. They get it right back. Sadonic, his first goal of the season. And it's a 2-2 contest. Drury did not waste much time on this one.
Panthers goal, his first of the season, scored by number 22, Lucas Sadonic. Assisted on the play by number 44, Grady Sterling Ponick. And number 25, Taylor Haggerty. Time of the goal, 1941. Sadonic from Sterling Ponick and Haggerty at 1941.
So a 2-2 contest with 8 seconds remaining. Here come the Panthers with 3. And that should do it as it gets rolled down. Garcha not able to get control, and the first period ends in a 2-2 game.
Recapping the activity in the first period, at the 5:38 mark, goal for Louisville, unassisted goal scored by number 16, Andrew Murray. At 7:45, Drury University goal scored by number 10, Ethan O'Rourke, assisted by number 13, Francis Young-Menard. Drury penalty at 12:01, a 2-minute minor for tripping to number 7, Jamison St. Clair. At 14:12, a 2-minute minor for cross-checking to number 81 on Drury, Devin Jamison. At 14:17, a 2-minute minor for hooking to number 10, Nico Anestis of the University of Louisville. Louisville goal at 19:27, scored by number 43, Bryce Yates, assisted by number 13, Cam Morrow. And Drury goal at 19:41, scored by number 22, Lucas Sadonic, assisted by number 44, Grady Sterling Ponick, and number 25, Taylor Haggerty.
So that's the recap, courtesy of Kevin Klein. Shots on goal, as you see, 17-6. Panthers out in front on that. Power plays 0 for 1 for the Drury, and for the Cardinals, University of Louisville, they were 0 for 2. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk to Francis Young-Menard. He already has a goal, or make that an assist, so he has a point, basically. That's what happens when we talk to players. They get points. We'll be back. 2-2 after 20.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
Back at Brightspeed Ice Park, Steve Casson now with defenseman Francis Young-Menard of the Drury Panthers. This season has an assist. He's on the scoreboard. Last season, he was 7th in scoring, 6 goals, 20 assists, averaging just under a point per game. And Francis, you've had now 3 seasons, well, 2 seasons plus this upcoming one under your belt. What's your feeling about this Drury hockey team? In reality, all you've seen is success now the last couple of years.
Correct, and that's why it was one of the reasons I came back for this season. With all the success that we've been having for the past 2 years, especially last year at the D1 level, I wanted to do like another year, maybe finish strong, and it should be a much better year because pretty much everybody from last year is back. So
you and several other players are going to be the answer to a trivia question, in that who played in all divisions that the Drury Panthers were in. because they have moved up the ranks through all divisions, and I believe you played on all three of those different type of teams. So you'll be that answer to a trivia question along with some other players. But as the team progressed and now is at Division I, is there any difference? And I don't necessarily mean playing wise, but I mean, do you feel more comfortable being at a Division I level?
Yes, especially from where I transferred from. It was like pretty at a higher level, NCAA D3, and this place at least looks very ACHA D1 looks very similar, especially when we're playing against the top teams. The pace is there. The IQ especially is like coming it's very good. So having these type of players around and like that we recruited, it helps definitely. It makes it easier to have better players in your entourage. Just it elevates your play, and you can make other people and yourself look better.
Right now, 98% Canadian on the team. That's got to be a positive in a sense that maybe everybody knows how each other's going to play. Yeah, well, especially I wouldn't say just all being Canadian makes a difference. Especially most of our team played junior years against each other, so they already knew they either play against each other or play together, which makes a big difference in the chemistry, line chemistry, and just the team in general. So I think that had to be a big part of our success as well, just because everybody knew everyone right off the bat, even if they didn't play with each other. Francis Young-Menard is joining us, of the Drury Panthers, defenseman, and we talked off the air, and you had mentioned 2 years ago you had 30 points, but that was at Division II. Last season you had 26 at Division I, including 6 goals. Do you have an expectation for this season to surpass that? And point-wise, no. It's my last year of college. The only thing I'm looking for is just to win. I want to finish on a strong note, of course, but my mind is only on winning and finish strong and bring back the cup in Springfield. It's got to be tough. I mentioned earlier when we talked with Ann Malgarcha about the fact that you were 1 win away from going to the Final Four, but you had probably one of the toughest opponents to face in Minot State. We talked about that the score really wasn't an indicator of the type of game it was in a 4-0 loss, but what was different? It was just a team that you hadn't really faced all season? Yeah, especially that just because we didn't play against a team that good throughout the season. So it felt like we were all nervous. Like we didn't know what to expect. We were playing, oh my God, we're playing against the number 1 team. Like the pressure was there to do very well, and especially since it was do or die game. So we didn't want to miss an opportunity, but at the same time we were nervous just because we didn't know what to expect. But looking back at it now, I think playing this year against them would be much different, just because the nerve will be out and we know what to expect. And especially this year, we're playing against a much better team, so it will have a greater a positive effect on the outcome this season, I believe. Speaking of the season, a very early start. I know, because we weren't there. I had, I'll just tell everybody, I had vacation planned because I expected that the following week would start games, but no. So you start early, you have games this week. Being that the games were an earlier start, do you feel the team was ready? Did head coach Jeremy Law get everybody ready to go? The coach did very well, at least, to get ready, to get us ready for
in game shape, being ready for game shape, and especially after we only had like 4 practice before this weekend. So the coaches did well with implementing system and everything, but at the same time it was very similar. We only lost 2 guys, I think, from last year, so it was pretty much the same basic as last year. And so we already had roots from last year, so it was not too hard to get the season started.
This is a team that, at least in Division I last season, knows what streaks are. You went on a big winning streak, you lost a game, you went on a secondary winning streak until the end there. And then, of course, you started a streak once again at Nationals. What do you feel, or do you think the team feels as far as this season? What has to be done this season to kind of maintain, yes, you're winning, but to continue to maintain that focus to perhaps mimic last season?
The big difference is going to be consistency, just because we're playing against a much better team this season, and one mistake can cost us a lot more than last year. Especially if let's say we're playing against when we're going to go to the showcase and playing against the number 4 ranked team, Ohio. The teams are going to be, there's a lot less margin of mistake this year. So
Francis Young-Menard is joining us of the Drury Panthers, and you did mention the showcase that you will be going to. You can maybe look at that as a mini Nationals, where you can say, okay, we got to come in there, we got to win all 3, because that's what we're going to have to do in Nationals.
Yeah, this showcase is very important for us to win all 3 games, especially because we're playing against, I think we're playing against number 6, number 4, and number 15 team. So winning all 3 would put us, would help us a lot in the rankings, and it will tell us if we win as well, where it's going to give us a lot more confident that, like, hey, we can be in like a top team, and like even if it didn't go as planned as last year, like we know that this year we can compete against like being in the top 4 at least.
Francis Young-Menard of the Drury Panthers, defenseman, joining us. Last season, number 7, as I mentioned, averaging just under a point per game. And he had a power play goal, I think a game-winning goal too. And if you look at least in the regular season, 24 penalty minutes, not too bad. I mean, I think you were second in penalty minutes because Ethan O'Rourke had 60. But I don't think you look out trying to take penalties or anything like that, but do you get kind of surprised when you get called for penalties?
There's a couple like calls it could be like a 50-50 call, and I get surprised, but I usually try to play hard and strong on my feet and make the opponent life miserable. So sometimes just it can look, I do one move and he trips on my stick, but I'm just trying to poke check him, and just by mistake, and that's a 2-minute penalty. So I would say most of the time maybe not, but I just try to compete out there and make, like I said, make my opponent miserable.
Francis Young-Menard is our guest. Have you always been a defenseman?
For the longest time, yes, but I started as a forward, but I changed position when I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, and then when I changed, it just stuck with me. It just seemed like it felt more natural for me, even if it was the first time ever trying the defenseman. And after that one game, I just kept playing as a D-man and kept that along my career.
Now, last year, you kind of acted like a forward in a couple of times. You moved up a little bit. In fact, I think at one point there was a shift where you kind of got caught being a forward. Was that strange for you?
Yeah, it would be possible, just because like sometimes if I was in the penalty box, let's say, and I come out, well, we're in the zone, I gotta wait until the puck goes out and I have to play forward. But it is very tricky, just because I have my natural sense of like where my positioning, where I'm at on the ice. So sometimes I can get caught on the ice, like I'm supposed to be a forward, like I said, in that situation, and I just creep in towards the back of the net where I'm supposed to be, but it's not my position during that shift. So yeah, it can be very tricky.
Has hockey always been your favorite sport?
Yeah, I started skating. I think I was 4 or 5 years old, and since then I always stayed. My dad always watched Montreal Canadiens. He watched every single game, and I would always at night watch the games with him, and it always stuck with me, and have that passion for hockey, especially coming from being Canadian, and it's the only thing we have.
Is Montreal your favorite team then?
Of course, yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
Used to be my favorite player in the Canadian used to be Carey Price, but favorite player in general has to be Chris Letang for Pittsburgh.
Those are good choices.
Yeah, they're unreal players.
Speaking of Carey Price, have you ever wanted to play goaltender?
No, not really, just because I didn't like the fact that sometimes you can come at the rink and be a second goalie and have to stay on the bench the entire game. I didn't like that. Even if I'm the number one goalie and I play most of the games, I love coming to the rink and like at least do something on the ice and try to create plays and have fun on the ice instead of just sometimes just being stuck on the bench.
Francis Young-Menard is joining us, but you really don't have a problem maybe playing goaltender, like blocking a shot?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the job. It's we're trying. Sometimes you have to try in order to help the team or help the goalie if he's out of place. And it brings blocking a shot brings motivation to the other guys, and it can bring us the momentum to on our side. And just with one block shot, we can win the game. It can be crucial sometimes.
Speaking of momentum, a couple of wins last week, hoping for some more wins this week, and I'm hoping for more goals for you too.
Yeah, I've been practicing. We've been all practicing together and learning each other, how every guy plays. So it should be much better this year, since we had basically the same team for 2 years and added just a couple of new guys. So it should be better this year.
Sounds good. Francis Young-Menard, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. More hockey coming up. Well, once again, not able to get that commercial break in, as we are just about ready to start period number 2 between these two teams. And again, a 2-2 tie. We start 5-a-side. Goals, one after another, meaning that after the first goal by Louisville was scored by Andrew Murray, then it was Ethan O'Rourke, and then after that it was Bryce Yates, and then Lucas Sadownik for the Panthers, and we're tied 2-2. We're underway in the second period. Panthers this time skate from the left to the right. Louisville from the right to the left. Louisville from the left to the right. Panthers get a quick shot on by Sterling Ponick. Puck taken away and cleared and sent back into the Panthers zone, and a easy shot for Kachaslo to hold on to. 19:33 to go in the period. I'm Steve Casson along with Scott Lutzke and Jayla Hunter. There's Scott. Hi, Jayla.
Hi.
Doing so much better today.
Thank you, Steve.
Not that you haven't done better before.
Of course not.
It's your first time. It's
It
awesome.
is.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course. Happy to help.
19:33 remaining. Haggerty and Bro. Bro actually almost won the puck, but the Panthers do have control. Young Menard off the boards. Stays in. Now Francis to chase. Backhanded, doesn't make it out. Kicked in and kept, but it's Aston on a second effort to get it out to center. Stick goes flying up in the air. That was on Garcha's stick. Panthers in their own zone. Young Menard. Verse to the near side to Kosick. Across the line to Garcha with his stick picked up. Looking for the centering pass, deflecting away, stays on the line, held up high by Young Menard. Moved again, up top, sent in, Haggerty with it. He'll spin around, look for some help, nothing doing. Garcha will have it, off the boards, now fresh on the ice, Levi Brewer. Drive comes in into the corner for Lucas Ravenstein. Sent around for Brendan Helinski. Goal in yesterday's game. Both his goals this season have been power play goals. As a drive comes in, and Melanson will hold on to that. 18-15 to go in the period. Line change for both teams. Draw one. Cleared out by the Panthers inadvertently, and now they'll re-grab with Ravenstein, sending it down. Chasing it is Horiachka. Puck comes up the middle. Davidson backhander in and a save. Melanson able to hold on to that one. 17:50 to go in the period. Face off to the right of the goaltender Melanson. Panthers win. They control. Davidson drive gets deflected. Kept in once again. Driven down in low. Davidson looking for it again in front. Doesn't happen. Tipped away from Ravenstein and all the way down for Kachaslo. Oh, he flipped it off the boards, hit the official. He looks at him and says, "Man, I'm so sorry." They kind of laugh at each other, and play continues. With 17:05 remaining in a 2-2 contest. Drive in. That's a save as Sadownik gets it. He'll try again as he instead tried to take a shot pass that didn't connect with anybody. Sadownik one more time. Nope, he'll give it off in the right circle. Davidson spins through, save, rebound, loose on the doorstep, covered up. Melanson will hold on. $16:42 to go in the period. Drury looking to go 3 and make that 4-0 on the season. Last weekend they swept Central Oklahoma. Sadownik. Sterling Ponick. Drive in, save by Melanson. Sterling Ponick again. He'll drop it down in low. Nick Beeman doing his job, checking his man into the boards. Bosher in there to help. Apparently still alive. Clock ticking. Panthers have it. Shot by Jamison St. Clair, deflected away, and when it comes right out in front, it's grabbed by Melanson. 16:07. 21-6 of the shots they favor Drury, but it's a 2-2 contest. Sterling Ponick got a drive off. It did not connect. Panthers, though, keep it in. Ethan O'Rourke had it for a moment. Cleared on the line, sent right back in. St. Clair drive missing. Meanwhile, Panthers are able to change one. Sadownik back in his own zone. Louisville with a quick change. Drury, if they hurry, can catch him. They bring it across the line, backed in by St. Clair. Now the Panthers will complete a change. Once again down in low. Grabbed by Jamison. Flipped off the boards, out and all the way down by Helinski. 15:02 to go in the period. Luke Aston was the final regular season leader for the Panthers with 38 points, 17 goals, 21 assists. He was the leader in goals but not assists. That went to Anmal Garcha. No, actually Daniel Beaupre had 26. Garcha was third with 16. Look at my stats here. 26, 22. He was third with 22. .14.5 remaining in this period. Puck played apparently not with a high stick, so a drive in by Bro is missed. Jamison. Racing with him is Johnston. Into the near side. Shot in by Caden Slobodian. Off the boards to Cedric Brewer. Back behind the net to Jamison. Brewer waits. Puck taken away though and cleared as it gets deflected out. Cedric, or take that Caden Slobodian. Number 12, not number 2. Back in for Patch to step in front. Here's Nardi as it gets sent into the corner, and we get a whistle for the stoppage. 13:35 to go in this period. Panthers drive from the low along the goal line and they score. This one will be Anmal Garcha's goal. It was just a shot low along the goal line, and it trickled its way in. We'll see if we can get a look at this. That's right after the goal, unfortunately. Second consecutive Drury
Panthers goal, his second of the season, scored by number 88, Anmal Garcha. Assisted on the play by number 18, Luke Aston. Time of the goal, 6:32. Garcha from Aston at 6:32.
A second for Garcha. And we talked to him yesterday, so he's getting some points. Aston on the fan shot by Bird. Gets sent all the way down into the zone. Actually, that was Jack Bowers, 22, not 12. Panthers will change up. They take the lead. First time in this contest. They have tied it twice, but now have taken the lead. 22-8. Shots-wise seems a totally different number now. Drive in by Sterling Ponick. They'll have it again, but this time off the boards to Garcha. Garcha gets out of harm's way. Sterling Ponick send it down in low. The Panthers running circles right now over Louisville. But it's still a one-goal affair. Puck driven back all the way down by Tim Holton. Here come Louisville. Puck broken up by Sedownik on the intentional shot, or the initial shot by Patch. Panthers come in looking for a backhander. Davidson right out in front. It gets deflected and sent all the way down for an icing call. 11:22 to go. Icing will bring it back. Into the Louisville end of the ice. Young Menard. Score as he gets a shot up top through some traffic. And it's 4-2. Now I can say that Francis Young Menard has a goal. That'll go with his assist. That is his first goal this year. Third straight goal for Drury.
Panthers goal, his first of the season, scored by number 13, Francis Young Menard. Assisted on the play by number 14, Tyson Horiachka. Time of the goal, 8:44. Young Menard from Horiachka at 8:44.
So Horiachka will get his first assist of the season also to go with his 2 goals. And a different contest here, 4-2 for Drury. Now here's the situation after talking with Brian Graham of the Cardinals. Luke Brzezinski, after facing 64 shots yesterday, probably is not interested in going back into the game. So it looks like Ryan Melanson, with all indications, will play this entire contest. If Drury starts to make it tough, we'll see what happens. But Brzezinski was not in that good a shape after the game last night. It's a lot of rubber he saw. His career high. Previously it was 43. Here's Kosick. Icing would be the call. .37 to go in the period. Our final intermission guest of this weekend, Nolan Bosher. And Nolan, again, whenever we have interviews with players, they usually get a point. Now, Bosher does have an assist this season. More to the far side. It's sent by Kosick out to center, all the way down for Jonathan Cohen. Scoreless in 3 games for him out of Trumbull, Connecticut. Francis Young Menard now with a goal and an assist tonight. Had the puck. Swept off of his stick by Bird. It is cleared out to center. Back into the Louisville zone. Good hit applied. Panther falls. Now it's Bosher. Puck driven back in from the corner by Levi Brewer. Here's a spin shot that was just at the last moment. Ethan O'Rourke got it off, and Melanson was able to see it. He'll hold on. 8:28 remains. Draw one, sent back down into the Panthers zone. Diving to try to poke it away was Ravenstein. He lost his stick in the process, but he created enough disruption that the puck never made it to Kuchaslo. Brewer moves it into the corner to Walters. He's being chased by Cameron Morrow. Panthers go wide with Davidson, saved by Melanson. And we get a follow-up shot, covered up by Melanson. 7:44 remains. Both teams with quick line changes here. So this face-off will take place to the right of the goaltender, Melanson. Left as he looks at it. Another drive comes in by Sterling Ponick. Held on. So both goaltenders seeing a lot of rubber. Against 64 shots put on Luke Brzezinski yesterday. We're already at 27. We're just halfway through this contest, so averaging almost to the 50-shot mark if the Panthers keep it up. Sadownik drive through some traffic, save, rebound off the corner. Haggerty is there for the Panthers. It's cleared out to center. Sterling Ponick able to send it right back in. Garcha will chase it down, kicked into the corner by Melanson, the goaltender out of Leominster, Massachusetts. In case you're wondering, the Cardinals only have one player from Canada. Getting upended is Jonathan Patch. He's not from Canada. Here's a drive in. Good save is coming out to knock away the puck is Melanson on the player going to the bench. That was Sadownik. Kick through the center of the ice as Kosek will knock it away. Now here's Haggerty. Up to Truchon. He'll drive it down in low behind the net. Coming down to 6:10 remains. Puck up the middle. Davidson was there for a moment, not able to wrap it through. Panthers clear, shot right back in by Kosek. Coming down to 5 3/4 to remain. Panthers with control. Davidson. He'll work it down around to the near side. Oriachka looking for something up the middle. Instead, deflected out. Panthers with a quick change. In fact, the next time the Panthers will be home, September 26th and 27th against Davenport. That will be their next home series. They'll be on the road against the University of Mary September 20th and 21st. Spoke to head coach Jeremy Law And he said, that is going to be a tough sell. And if they thought playing the last couple of weekends was anything tough, they're going to have to step it up even more when they meet the University of Mary. That's in Bismarck, North Dakota, Starion Sports Complex. .4:30 and the clock rolls here in period number 2. Panthers have a 4-2 lead. We'll go over the goal scoring for you momentarily. Here's Morrow. Checked off the puck. Trying to get it around the official. Stepping through is Boucher. Slobodian ties up his man, and meanwhile the puck comes in the Louisville zone. Grabbed by St. Clair. He looks for some help, but instead up the middle gets a shot off, and it goes high. Dropped down by Lucas Sadownik. 2 assists this season for the sophomore out of St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Here's a drive in, right side, shot by Morrow. And nothing but the midsection of Joseph Kuchaslo. Mentioned earlier, just one player from Canada out of Montreal, Quebec. That is Joshua Nardi. Everybody else from the States. In fact, you can argue from the West Coast to the East Coast. Sterling Ponick. Off to Jamison. Cross ice pass broken up in front of the Panther bench. Driven by Brow. Out to center. Picked once again by the Cardinals and sent right into Kuchaslo to hold on to this. 28-9 are the shots. And if you again look at the scoring right now, different story. But at one point, the Panthers trailed 2-1. And they were out shooting Louisville greatly. In fact, at that point, Louisville only had 6 shots on net. And now they have but 9. So 3 shots since leading this game 2-1. That 2-1 goal came in 19:27 of the first period. Yates his first. Morrow with the assist. Panthers 3-on-2. Garcha backhanded through, pad save, rebound loose, right side drive, and it gets deflected up high. Panthers had a great chance. Here's Garcha with a drive. Same position for Aston, who got that last drive. 1:53 remains. Panthers able to keep it free. Aston, right circle. Garcha over to the left side, looking for Kosick with a drive. He hit the post. Rebound out in front, and Garcha has it gobbled up. The Panthers putting all sorts of shots now. Line change for both teams. Puck back into the Panthers zone for Brewer. Panthers get it in. Oh, a trailer, they score! Lucas Ravenstein. You could see that one set up. Nobody picked him up on the left side. Up over the shoulder of the goaltender Melanson. And it is a 5-2 lead. Ravenstein will get his first goal of the season to go with 1 assist.
His first as a Panther, scored by number 6, Lucas Ravenstein. Assisted on the play by number 14, Tyson Oriachka. And number 71, Jackson Truchon. Time of the goal, 18:44. Ravenstein from Oriachka and Truchon at 18:44.
5-2 Panthers now with 48 seconds remaining in the second period. Here comes Brewer with a drive in, deflected away by Melanson. Now across the line, a shot that was steered aside as Bird got that drive in. Ravenstein, lead pass. Panthers have it go offside. Scott, just so you know, I'll get it fixed here in just a moment. 13 seconds remaining. Three seconds. One last shot as time runs out here in the period. But the Panthers, as we have something going on behind the net. Looks like all is said and done. That'll be the end of the period. But the Panthers let's hear the recap.
Drury goal at 8:44. His first of the season, scored by number 13, Francis Young-Maynard, assisted by number 14, Tyson Oriachka. And Drury again at 18:44. Goal scored by number 6, his first goal as a Panther, Lucas Ravenstein, assisted by number 14, Tyson Oriachka, and number 71, Jackson Truchon.
Well, that's the scoring there. As you take a look at the shots, again, just 3 shots for a total of 9 on Joseph Kuchaslo. Penalties, nothing in that period. So a 5-2 lead for the Drury Panthers. We'll take a break, be back, and we'll talk to Nolan Bosher coming up in just a moment. The Panthers have a 3-goal advantage after 40 minutes of play. We'll be back.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now talking with one of the newest players of the Drury Panthers, and Nolan Bosher got an assist last weekend against UCO. So you finally get some points on the board. That's a good thing. Feel like it takes some kind of pressure off you. At least you got a tally going.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it takes a lot of pressure off. You know, kind of nervous going into the first game, but yeah, that definitely helps and helps me get settled a bit.
Speaking of nervous, you've had a couple of games now. Granted, UCO used to be a powerhouse, and they still can be. They're in a little bit of a downturn right now, but getting those games under your belt, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I think it's good hockey here. UCO is definitely in a bit of a rebuilding stage, but still strong competition. And yeah, just no game's going to be light for us. We're just going to have to battle and put our best foot forward every game.
What made you choose Drury as a place to come?
Yeah, I just see they deal with obviously Canadians very well, with most boys being from Canada, and heard a lot of great things. I knew a couple guys coming in, so yeah, they had nothing but good things to say about Drury, and I just thought it would be a great place for me to come pursue my college career.
Well, we'll get to know you a little bit better. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Vancouver, Canada.
Okay, and I know that you and Lucas were teammates, right?
Yeah, me and Lucas were teammates on Ridge together for 2 years there.
Now, coming from Vancouver, obviously it's not as cold as some of the other areas. You do have a lot of rain and different types of weather like that, but it is probably so close to America that maybe the type of hockey that you're used to is kind of a mesh of everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a mess. You know, I definitely just playing juniors down there. It is a little more physical, I feel. It's more of a skill game here, but yeah, it's definitely a bit of a mesh of American and Canadian hockey where I'm from.
Okay, which do you like better?
You know, I feel like I'm not getting beat up too much right now, so it might be a bit better. A couple playing back there. There's a couple games where, you know, going home pretty sore, some ice packs on, but yeah, I like them both. Hockey's hockey.
Absolutely, there you go. And then of course you're on a 98% Canadian team, so obviously there may or may not be advantages to that.
Yeah, if we can bring a bit of Canadian aspects to this American college, I think we'll be able to be successful in a lot of games.
Nolan Boucher is joining us of the Drury Panthers, has an assist thus far this season, so averaging 1 point a game right now. I see you have a Kansas City Chiefs hat on. Are you a Chiefs fan?
No, not necessarily. More of a Giants fan, actually, New York Giants, but have to play the part a little coming here and pretend that I'm a Kansas City fan.
Really? So a cap's a cap, and as long as you can fool a couple of people, all's good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to fool around here.
There you go. Has hockey always been your favorite sport?
Yeah, hockey's always been one of my more favorite sports. I played a lot of soccer growing up. My dad and sister play soccer, so kind of just got on the field there, but stuck more in the hockey rink, and I loved it more than soccer.
And that's next question for you. You said you have a sister. Any other siblings?
No, I just have the one older sister.
And does she play any sports?
She did play soccer. Unfortunately, she had some injuries and stuff, so she's not playing anymore, but yeah, she was quite a good soccer player there.
Did you ever play hockey in the garage or that area?
Yeah, always shooting pucks in the garage, backyard, going on the streets with some buddies growing up, and it's just always been in the blood, just always trying to do as much as I can, get on the rink. If it's on the driveway, anything's hockey.
So because your sister was older, she was never the goalie?
No, she was never, unfortunately, goalie. Sometimes I convinced my dad to get in there, but he wasn't too eager on that either.
I could believe it. What did you use for? I know when I played, we started out using like crushed aluminum cans, but that hurt after a while. And then they had the balls, but the balls just didn't work well for me. And then we went to the little sliding pucks. What did you guys use?
Yeah, usually I just had like one of those yellow or little white hockey sheets out there so I could shoot some pucks, but when I tossed my dad in the net, he wasn't standing in front of those, so had to use one of those little orange balls for that.
Have you ever clocked your shot?
No, not recently. It's been probably since Bantam, and can't really remember what it would have been around then.
What type of person are you? I know you're a forward, so has playing up always been the position you've wanted to play?
Yeah, forward's always kind of been the position I want to be. I like being up front in the offense. I like driving the plays, and think I can experience more up there, so it's fun. I've actually had to play a couple periods with Ridge on D just because some injuries and stuff, which didn't mind, but yeah, I definitely missed the forward aspect when I was back there.
Well, then you could have been the offensive defenseman, just like Lucas was, right?
Yeah, I tried, but you're going to ask Lucas, and that didn't go very well for me.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is definitely probably sushi. Still don't know if I trust it here yet. I like feeling the aspect of more closer to the ocean, and I feel like the sushi's more edible over there, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try here.
100%, because it's right there on the water.
Yeah.
And it's probably, quote, fresh compared to what they use the words here as fresh.
Yeah.
But it probably is not, as I mentioned with Lucas, it's probably not a culture shock in a sense coming to the United States, coming to the Midwest. But what do you find different about being here versus Vancouver?
Definitely in Vancouver, it feels, especially more than Springfield, it's a lot more traffic and stuff, a lot more compact, a lot more people going on, and definitely a change of scenery coming here. You're not really looking everywhere and seeing all these big mountains and trees and stuff. It's definitely more open and just flat land and stuff like that. But going into Branson there, it kind of gave me a little sense of back home, seeing all the mountain ranges and stuff. That was pretty cool over there.
Nolan Bosher is joining us of the Drury Panthers, newest forward with the team. Do you remember the first time you got on the ice?
Yeah, I do. Actually, the first time I went on, I don't think it was too great. I think I was crying a little bit. Wasn't the happiest guy out there, but after a couple skates, I think I got a bit happier, and I just flew with it the rest of the way there.
Do you consider yourself a better skater forward or backward?
Oh, definitely forward. I think you can ask anyone on the Ridge when they saw me those couple games on D. I wasn't the best backward skater out there for sure, but yeah, I definitely think forward's definitely my strong suit.
Who's your favorite NHL player?
Currently, I gotta say Quinn Hughes. Big Vancouver fan. Just getting to watch him a lot out there on Vancouver's very cool. Just seeing him do all his little moves out there. Growing up, I gotta say it was Patrick Kane and Taze. I loved watching them on the Blackhawks growing up, and Patrick Kane inspired me a lot to play hockey, and watching him was really cool growing up too.
I assume Vancouver's your team?
Yes, Vancouver is my team.
Are you happy with the moves they made this year?
I'm not sure yet. I guess it's only a matter of time before we see, but I don't think it's bad what they did, but definitely think they could have added some more offense in there. It definitely seems like we're lacking a little bit, but I guess only time will tell for the team this year.
When you grew up, was hockey the first sport you played, or did you have other ones prior?
Definitely it was soccer was the first I played, just because my parents had a rule where if I wanted to play hockey, I had to learn how to skate, and I wasn't too eager to get out there public skating and doing all those skating lessons. So started with soccer, but once I got the courage to do the skating lessons, it was just all hockey from there.
Nolan Bosher is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Okay, are you the type of guy that stands in front of the goalie?
Yeah, I'll definitely stand in front of the goalie now that I got a cage on. When I had a visor, it's a little more scary, especially when Lucas has the puck. It's always head high, so didn't want to stand too much in front of him.
So the follow-up to that question is, how much do you chirp the goalie?
I like letting everyone know I'm around. I like running my mouth a little more than I probably should. I'm not like the biggest guy, but I'll definitely let people know that I'm around, and I like chirping everyone. I think it's a fun part of the game.
So then that's my next question. I know it's only been 2 games, but who's the best chirper on the team?
Oh, I gotta say Dev Jameson. From what I've seen with him, he just loves giving it to everyone. He's in everyone's face, and he's pretty effective with it, I gotta say.
When you were growing up, did anybody know that you were a hockey player? I mean, sometimes when people find out, they're shocked. They say, oh, you don't look like a hockey player, because they think it's this rough and tumble sport. But did you ever get that?
No, I never seemed to really got that. I always had the long hair and stuff, so everyone kind of seemed like they thought that I looked the part. So, yeah, I never got too many people thinking I wasn't. I think it was pretty obvious that I was playing hockey, but yeah.
What's your favorite music?
Oh, my favorite music's definitely country, for sure, yeah.
Who's your favorite artist?
Right now, I gotta say it's probably Zach Bryan.
Now, I don't know much country. I used to jock country when I was younger, but I don't know many of the artists now, so I assume he's up and coming, since I've not heard of him.
Yeah, he's definitely got big over the past couple of years. He's pretty big now. I went to his show back in November. It was a really good experience, and it's probably one of the best nights I had.
Nolan Bosher is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Can you sing?
Oh, no. I try my best. I go to all these concerts. I take these videos. Next morning, I look at them, and they're just ruined by my singing. It's pretty brutal.
Have you ever did karaoke?
Oh, you know, I've tried. It's also not very pretty. It probably hurts everyone's ears around me, but I definitely think I'm good up there, but once I see videos and stuff, I'm like, wow, yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Is there a goal in your hockey career that you'll always remember?
I had a pretty big one last year in the conference finals of our playoffs last year against Chilliwack. It was got a power play with about minute left and just rung off the post, and I was just there and put it in to tie it up, send us to overtime. We ended up winning that game, so that was a pretty big goal for me, and I'll always remember that one.
Nolan Bosher is joining us of the Drury Panthers. I know you're a freshman and you're just getting going, but maybe you know, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know exactly what I want to be right now. I definitely want to be in the business side of the world. Doing management and marketing right now, so I think I could do something with that, and I might want to add something with accounting to it, so I guess we'll see from there. I'm not too sure right now, but yeah, definitely in the business side.
Do you like counting your points? In other words, do you look at them? Do you care?
No, not necessarily. Just care that the team's doing well, and I just want to be there for the team, not worry too much about myself. And the only thing that really matters at the end of the day is how good the team's doing and that we get the 2 points at the end of the night.
Well, speaking of 2 points at the end of interviews, I always wish players more goals. So in this case, more points, more goals, and I hope that comes to fruition. And the next time we talk, we'll talk more about those. Too.
Yeah, I sure hope so too.
All right. Nolan Bosher joining us. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll take a break. More hockey coming up in a moment.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
One more period. Panthers with a 5-2 lead. Drury finally breaking out of their shell. They are ranked number 9 in the ACHA preseason poll, and for a good reason. We are underway in period number 3. The Panthers skate from the left to the right. Louisville from the right to the left. And again, keep in mind, The Cardinals' first year in Division I. Now you can argue Drury's first year in Division I was last year. They were one win away from making it to the Final Four. They also only lost 3 games last season. Drive in immediately gloved down by Melanson off of Sterling Ponick's stick. So for all intents and purposes, Louisville could do the same. Panthers win. Walters won it cleanly and brought it all the way down to his own zone. Across the line, 3-on-3, bottled up there. Johnson had it. Blast comes in. Oh, what a good pad save as Sadownik put the hit on. We're going to get a tripping penalty. Oh, is he going to get both? Apparently both are going into the box. A slash and a hold, apparently. So we'll skate 4-on-4. Third penalty assessed to the Panthers, second to the Cardinals. Two minutes to Devin Jameson. 2 minutes to Jonathan Patch.
Coincidental penalties to Drury, number 81, Devin Jameson, and to Louisville, number 23, Jonathan Patch. 2 minutes each for slashing. Time of the penalties, 40 seconds. Jameson and Patch, 2 minutes each for slashing at 40 seconds.
A 4-on-4 scenario. Panthers bringing it across the line. Into the zone, Kosek had it kicked away from him by Andrew Murray. Murray's cross-ice pass, too hot for Bro. And they score! Oh, what a drive there. It looked like nothing was going to happen, and a 4-on-4 goal makes it 5-3. Bro will get the goal. That is his third of the season. A 4-on-4 scenario here in the third. See if there's any assists on this one.
Louisville goal, an unassisted goal, scored by number 19, Andrew Brow. Time of the goal, 1:17. Brow unassisted at 1:17.
1:17, the time of the goal. Now the Panthers with a chance. Haggerty and a good save by Melanson. So all of a sudden, as Brow makes it a 5-3 game with 30 seconds remaining, this next goal is going to be a big one. Panthers to Haggerty. Makes its way through. Slobodian with a attempt. It's taken away. And grabbed, that is, by Tyler Dutrow. Swings it around to the near side boards to Joshua Nardi. 2 seconds to go. We're back to 5-on-5 now. Panthers with it. Shot up high by Haggerty. Misses into the corner. Taken by Nardi. Cleared out to center. Retrieved by Morrow. Turned away by the Panthers. Brought across the line. Driven in to the back, unfortunately, of Jameson by Horiachka. Deflected down in low to Jameson. Through some traffic. Up top, nobody there. It comes out. Here's Jamison looking to center. He does. It goes off the side of the net. And back into the Panthers zone for Truchon. Here come the Panthers. Right out in front. The pass by Truchon broken up from Davidson on a good play. Ducey. Now the Panthers will start in their own zone. Truchon. He makes his way through. Nothing to think of on that. Kosek is able to keep it in. Right through. Truchon can't grab. Kosek can't either. It's out to center. Left wing to Anestis. Out in front. Not able to get a good shot was Morrow. He tried to go on the backhand, thought better of it, and sent it through. Shot in. St. Clair, good save, steered aside that is, by Melanson. Now St. Clair again. Too far off of his stick, grabbed by Helinski, stolen by the Panthers. Moved by Bosher. There's Bosher again. St. Clair up top. Francis Young-Menard is changing. So here's a shot in, save, rebound loose on the follow-up by O'Rourke. The first one by Brewer. O'Rourke on the follow-up, and Melanson covers. 14:54 in a 5-3 game. Brow his third unassisted, 117. Prior to that, it was Ravenstein, Young-Menard, Garcha, and Sadownik. They erased a 2-1 deficit to take a 5-2 advantage before the latest goal. Walters. Return pass from Ravenstein. Walters again. Johnson. Ravenstein. Johnson, right circle, drive, save, rebound, loose. Jamison, he tried to go up, had no room. So he went behind the net, still had no room. Now snapshot out. Panthers moving it around quickly. Left side, drive, pad, save on the shot by Brewer. Rebound in front by Johnson and another save. Shots are starting to roll on the board now for the Panthers. Penalty, delayed call. Panthers get the goaltender out. Jamison. He gets pushed into the boards. Penalty coming up. This one is a cross check. Ducey in the box. Second power play now for the Panthers. 3 penalties, 6 minutes each for all teams involved.
To number 12, Robert Bird. 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 6:14. Bird, 2-minute minor for cross-checking at 6:14.
So actually it was Bird number 12, not Ducey number 2. So another power play for the Panthers, a chance to take another 3-goal lead as the puck comes in from Truchon, and it's stopped defensively by Helinski, and then goaltender Melanson will cover up. 1:31 remaining in the power play. Last season at home, the Panthers were 3 of 39. I take that back. Let's see, they were 15 of 57, 26.3%. They allowed 3 of 39, 92%. That was a penalty kill statistic. Aston centers it through. Young Menard trying to get it to Sterling Ponick. Wraps around the boards. Aston cannot get to it, so Malcolm has it for Louisville. Drive comes in, turned aside by Kuchaslo. The net gets dislodged. Now the officials get the net put back on. Again, there will be another game on our broadcast tomorrow. It's a noon game if you'd like to tune in. It's Missouri State and the St. Louis Junior Blues. We'll have that for you noon Central Time tomorrow. That will finish out this weekend's broadcast schedule. But for the Drury Panthers, their next games will be University of Mary. And I believe those are a Saturday-Sunday affair. If I have this right, Saturday-Sunday, September 20th, and Sunday, September 21st is what that is. And then they'll be home to Davenport on the 27th. Make that the 26th and the 27th. Panthers with a drive in by Walters. That one's blocked. Garcha now down into Davidson off of his stick. 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Garcha up top. Sadownik left side now. Walters tried to feed Garcha. Too hot for him. Puck is cleared out to center. 12 seconds remains. 6 seconds. Panthers with it. Here's Garcha. Waits. Tipped over in front to Walters off of his stick. Power play is expired. Man out of the box. Shot is deflected by Sadownik. The shot by Sadownik is deflected up and out of play. 38-11 are the shots now. Here is Bosher, backhander in front. He had a great chance off the draw. Trying to keep the streak alive. Every time we talk to someone, they get a point. And he had a great chance there, but an even better save by Melanson. Panthers keep it in play. Well, they had it for a second. Now it's Anestis. Drury to steal. Drop down in low to O'Rourke. O'Rourke shot through. St. Clair missed. O'Rourke again. Back to St. Clair through O'Rourke and a deflection by Nardi. Panthers keep it. Right side through some traffic. St. Clair there off of him. Brow with it. Cross ice to Anestis. Now a drive by Anestis is steered aside. Coming down to 10.5 remaining in this contest. Puck played with a high stick, and it's touched by Louisville. It'll be sent back into the Panther into the ice. Play is underway. The Panthers have it. Bring it across the Louisville line. Dropped down by Walters. Sent across to the left side. A shot swings back to the right now from the stick of Slobodian. Stolen, taken by Morrow. Morrow for the Cardinals. Sends it back into the Panthers zone, where it will be Devin Jamison. 1 goal, 2 assists coming into today's game for him. Drive up high, missing by Hawley. Or take that by KT Walters. That was his old number, Jacob Hawley. He is no longer on the team. He's kind of playing for his in-house rivals, Missouri State, this season. But KT Walters was number 9. He moved over to 19 this season. Old habits. Now in for Helinski as he gets slammed into the boards. We get a stoppage in play with 9:07 to go in the period. And a line change for both teams. Now we're just waiting to get things set once again. Hard to believe it's a 2-goal game with the way the shots are, 39-12. But that has been the way it's been with this series. Puck cleared out by Bird. We get an icing call here. .843 remains in period number 3. Coming into this weekend, the Panthers had only given up 2 goals. But now they've given up 3 for a total of 5 this season. Big hit applied by Aston on Nick Beeman. Beeman will chase. Listed at 5'6", 155. Everyone else looks like a giant around him. Just tussled that is with Haggerty. Now Aston is on his case. Puck cleared out to center. Out of his own zone is Jack Bowers, still looking for his first point. Now a shot is blocked, stays in though on the drive by Nardi. Kept in, a bouncer that Kuchaslo will hold on. .726 to go in the period. Near side boards, play is battled for there. Panthers with a 2-goal lead. The next goal will be important. Penalty though coming up, and it goes against Louisville. A slashing call. Tim Holton will go into the box. So the Panthers will go on power play number 3. And a chance to extend their lead, but this draw will come out.
For 17, Tim Holton, 2-minute minor for slashing. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes. Holton, 2-minute minor for slashing at 13 minutes. The Panthers.
4 penalties, 8 minutes. Garcha off the boards to Walters. Centered through to Johnston. He's being tackled by Patch. Panthers keep it in play. Garcha out in front. Johnston shot hit the post and comes out. Panthers quickly bringing it in across the line, that is, into the zone. Garcha to Davidson. 1:04 remaining in the power play. Panthers lead by 2. They could use another one. Davidson, Garcha will have it go off of his stick on Davidson's pass. Garcha still with it. Frees it to Davidson. Up top, Sadownik. Davidson left side. Up the middle. As getting tied up was Matthew Johnston. Puck is cleared to Sadownik. 34 seconds remaining in the power play. We're now at 40 shots. Across the line, Sterling Ponick. Off the boards. Truchon. As he leaves it for Aston. Nobody there. As Sterling Ponick pressed the issue, came off the line, and the Panthers will have to retreat. 7 seconds remains. Just enough time to get it in the zone and maybe get something established. We're back to 5-on-5. Here they come. Aston with a drive. Blocker saved by Melanson. Aston again. Fanned on it. Picks up his own. Behind the net. Out in the open. Sterling Ponick with a drive. Missed wide. Aston again. Panthers working this like it's a power play. Puck came in inadvertently hit Beeman. Now across the line to Brow. .425 remaining in period 3. Long lead pass does not connect with Jamison St. Clair, so we'll have an icing call. Face off at center ice with 4:12 to go. Panthers keep it on the left side. Shot by Beaupre is Barzat. No, that is Ravenstein. It's blocked. Into the zone for St. Clair. Panthers work it around to Boucher with a drive that's blocked. 3:33 to go. (40-14). And a 5-3, 40-14 are the shots. 5-3 lead for the Panthers. It is not a football game. Helinski to carry it in for Louisville. Beeman will control. He'll send it in on the fly. Stopped by Kachaslo. Penalty coming up. Against the Panthers. So with 2:53 to go, the Panthers will sit in the box. This penalty to Ethan O'Rourke. Four penalties, 8 minutes. Third power play now.
To number 10, Ethan O'Rourke. 2-minute minor for roughing. Time of the penalty, 17:07. O'Rourke, 2-minute minor for roughing at 17:07.
There you go. Another stoppage here. .145 left in the power play. 2:39 remaining in the third period. Play back down with 1:27 remaining in the Drury zone. Stick, it was touched with a high stick, I thought, but the officials let it play on. Murray. He'll drop back to Beeman. Sends it in with 1:08 to go in the power play and 2 minutes remaining in the third. Haggerty to change. Truchon on. Another penalty coming up against the Panthers. Looks like Sadownik is going to go. This one is a rough. Five penalties, 10 minutes. And a big two-man advantage. Timeout is taken. Scott will keep it here. We'll do a local timeout, and we will be right back. 5-3 Panthers, but they're going on a kill.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
1:38 remaining. It's a two-man advantage. 140, or make that 45 seconds, and then a fresh 2 minutes. Now this is power play number 3, and if they don't score on the first end, power play number 4. Up top, looking for something is Malcolm as they play catch. Malcolm has it, he shoots, save, rebound. Hand pass would be the call. So what an opportunity for Louisville. Draw again, won by the Cardinals. 20 seconds remains in the two-man. Malcolm got it over to Nardi. It's cleared out to center. Here is chasing it Sterling Ponick. He kicks it ahead, and it's swept with 1 minute remaining. Now in 2 seconds, it is now power play number 4 for the Cardinals. They have 1:12 remaining as Gachazlo will make a save here. So the key is the game clock, which has 48.3 remaining. And that is what we're looking at right now. Line change, complete, draw 1. Clock rolls. Panthers clear. Melanson got the puck out of harm's way. We'll see if they keep the goaltender in. It looks like they will. 24 seconds. Panthers can't move the puck. Up top, Beeman. Now over to the left side. A drive comes in. Save as Murray got the shot. 5 seconds. Puck deflected into the corner, and that'll do it. The Drury Panthers are now 4-0 on the season. As they put 7 shots in the third period. 7 also put on Joseph Kachaslo, and the final total 40-16. Panthers 0 for 3 on the power play. Cardinals 0 for 4. 5 for 10 minutes in penalties to the Panthers, 4 for 8 to the Cardinals. And it looks like we will have a player of the game, so we will head down to Kevin Klein. But we'll recap the scoring for you. 5:38. And the first goal of the game, Andrew Murray, unassisted, his second of the season. Then Drury with O'Rourke getting his first of the season at 7:45 of the first. 9:27, Yates, his first to make it 2-1. And then the Panthers roll off 4 straight. Sadownik, 1941. Garcha in the second at 6:32. Young Menard in the second at 8:44. At 18:44, Ravenstein his first. And then Brow makes it 5-3 with a 1:17 goal in the third period on a 4-on-4, and that was it for the scoring. But it looks like Kevin Klein has a player of the game, and I think he's going to want to talk to Jackson Truchon.
Good to see you, Mr. 71.
Good to see you, Mr. Klein.
Yeah, man. You're Smoothie King, player of the game, number 71, Jackson Truchon! Dude, you were grinding hard out there for all 60 minutes. How tired are you right now?
I'm pretty tired. It was a long weekend, but we got the win, so it was huge.
Yeah, we start out 4-0, kind of picking up where we left off last year. Your assessment of the 2 weekends that we've had so far?
They haven't been our best efforts, but we know we got way more to put in there and get us wins for the rest of the year. So we just got a big weekend coming up. That's all that matters.
Yeah, a big weekend coming up. How will you spend your time on the 15-hour bus ride?
Well, I think we're leaving late Thursday night, so it might be a little homework and then sleeping the rest of the way.
Hey, man, a big weekend for you because you had outstanding games yesterday and today, and your mom's in town.
Yeah, both mom, dad, uncle, and sister up in town today.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations on a 4-0 start. Congratulations on 2 great games this weekend. You played your ass off tonight.
Thank you so much.
Your Smoothie King player of the game.
All right, Jackson Truchon, the Smoothie King player of the game. Went through all the stats, and so the only thing you need to know right now is that the Panthers are now 4-0 on the season, and the Louisville Cardinals fall to 2-2 this season. That is going to do it for us here at Brightspeed Ice Park as the Panthers get the sweep here this weekend. They win it by a count of 5-3, 4 straight goals, and Drury adds also the 4-1 victory yesterday. They're 4-0. For Scott Lutzke.
You've been listening to Missouri State.
No,
Ice
you
Bears
haven't
hockey
been
with your
listening to
host.
Missouri State. My apologies there. That's tomorrow. We can talk about that. We have a game, another one tomorrow. That is the Ice Bears taking on the Junior Blues. But again, for this game, the Drury Panthers, once again, with the victory, they move to 4-0. They are awaiting the University of Mary coming up, and then they will be home. We'll have some more home games with the Panthers September 26th and 27th as Davenport University comes in. So now, for Scott Lutzke, and there's Scott, and for Jayla Hunter, doing great camera work, I'm Steve Casson. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's only the first weekend of the year. We'll get it straightened out by the end. It'll be easy as peasy. Good night, everyone.